Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Monday Momentum where I'm here to share a good word with you to help you get clear on getting to the bag. Today, we're going to talk about how you get distracted from the one thing that literally changed the game for everything. Listen, comparison is the thing that distracts you from the one thing you need to be doing to be successful. I believe there is one thing we all can be doing to increase our confidence, opportunities, growth, development, pockets, and our bank accounts. If we're really locked in on the one thing we do well that everybody else struggles with. When you tap into that energy, when you're in that flow, nothing can stop you. So, what's the one thing that you can do that if you did it on a regular basis will make your life easier or even make things unnecessary in your life? Figuring that out is what this video is about. And so if you are ready, make sure you watch the rest of this video. Here's some problems that people have when they're trying to find their one thing. These problems are distractions from doing the one thing that will make you wildly successful. The number one distraction is trying to do too much. Have you ever been around that person that's literally just going the extra mile for no reason? Is pushing them out of authenticity, making them seem awkward or maybe even confused on their purpose. This is what doing too much can do. I have experienced many doctors over my lifetime, and the ones who make the most money are the ones that are not generalists. They're specialists. They do one thing really, really well. And that's what I want for you. I want you to find that specialty that makes you unique. If you're doing too much, it's a distraction. It's going to get you off pace and keep you in general success instead of wild success. When you're doing too much, the second thing you need to know is that literally it leaves you scatterbrained, unfocused, lack of prioritizing and organizing things. It keeps you in a space of confusion because everything is everywhere, nothing is where it's supposed to be. And when you need something really quick to continue your success, to continue your momentum, you need things that you can access quickly. And unfortunately, when you're doing a whole bunch of things, you don't know where to pull that from. For example, let's say you're doing an interview and you want to be able to give a really powerful example for that industry. But instead, when you're doing so much, you're just pulling from a very powerful example from an unrelated industry that doesn't necessarily land as strongly. And unfortunately, they're going to look at that as not a great answer. It's a good answer, not a great one. And so that leaves opportunity for somebody else to come in and talk about a story that was literally in the industry that draws the people in, that makes people feel like, wow, this person's ready for this job at this time and in this moment. When you're not focused on the one thing and you're scatterbrained, you're pulling from experiences that might not be relevant and might not help you elevate your success. And the last thing that distractions really do is they just don't allow you to progress. They pull you away from moving forward. And only way that we can make progress is by moving forward. Distractions prevent you from making sure that you focus on the things that truly matter. You're focused on the little things. And although the little things do matter, it doesn't matter more than the big things. For example, if I do all the work of getting people to agree to a contract, but I don't send them the contract. So you don't want to miss opportunities because you're doing so many small things that you don't think about what really matters, especially in business. It is bringing in money. Social media matters. Making sure that your clients are connected to you matters. Making sure that you have a good relationship with your staff matters. But none of that matters if you're not doing the most important thing in business, which is bringing in profits, bringing in revenue. That's critical. Make sure that you're making the main thing, and keeping the main thing. This is how you avoid the distraction of losing progress when you're not focusing on what matters. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about some tips that got to get over these distractions so that you can get beyond success and get into great level, epic level success. And so the first thing is that you need to find the one thing. And this is why I do clarity coaching, to help you find the one thing that makes things easier or makes you look like a super genius, because it's so hard to other people in your community. If you want coaching with me, reach out. I'm going to help you think deeper about that task, habit, or skill that moves the needle farther than every other person in your community, whether it's some kind of sales skill, some kind of communication skill, or some kind of nurturing skill, or some kind of supportive skill, some kind of directive skill. We don't know what it is, but I want to pull that out of you so that you can find more opportunity to embellish that, which is the second tip. Put more energy into the one thing. I'm great at maximizing people. That's literally my number one strength from Strength Finder. And so when I am in spaces, when I'm coaching, teaching, speaking, training, all I'm doing is maximizing people. You need to get in a space where you're actually grabbing more opportunity to embellish and scale your one skill. I speak on how to maximize yourself, because I've also learned how to maximize myself in my industry. As a higher education professional, I have over 20 years experience, not only in academic, but student affairs. I've worked in programming, I've worked in academic success, I've worked in hybrid roles, whereas a great relationship between academic and student affairs. I've been the catalyst and conduit for the relationship between both divisions. I know what it means to be in higher education on both sides of this field. The only other part I haven't been in technically as a professional is athletics, but I've definitely worked with athletes. And this is a part of what it takes to maximize yourself in an industry, having a strong, clear understanding of the organizational operations and how things grow, how things get better. Focusing your energy on the things that matter, not only to you, but to the organization. That's when you can stand out. That's when you can start leveraging opportunities. That's the last tip that I want to give you today, is track your wins, maintain your records, maintain your opportunities in somewhere that is organized so they can increase your confidence and your leverage. One thing I can tell you is that when I finish a semester, I can tell an organization how much money I've made them as a teacher, how many students that stayed with you after your training. I can help you see how much I saved you in the hiring process. After I've trained your students, I've already elevated certain people to come to you looking for leadership opportunities. I've saved you money and time. I know how to leverage my work. How you leverage your work is by maintaining and tracking your success, tracking your wins, making sure that you're tracking what matters to the organization or institution that you work for. That is critical. If this was helpful, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I hope that I see you at the next video. As always, know that your superpower is not in comparison, it's actually in your uniqueness. Focus in, track your wins. Make sure you're maintaining a strong record of everything that you're doing that is great, so you can stop comparing yourself to others and master the one thing that makes you great. Make sure you share and subscribe. We're here every Monday to share a good word with you to start your week off right and get clear on how you get to the bag. Today, we talked about how you need to not focus on distractions and know that there's one thing that you can do that changes the game for everything as it relates to your success journey. And of course, as always, keep doing the good work.